few announcements before we begin today's lesson. The first one being that you have a test next week, Wednesday of next week. So you might want to jot down that information. You're going to have your first test for collection one. That test will be in the Microsoft Forms format. How many of you have taken tests that way? No? Okay. So so it's going to be a new experience for you. It will not be new for me because I'm giving a test using that format tomorrow to the group that takes History of Puerto Rico with me. But the next test is yours. And it's what we call in Spanish una chulería. It is sent to your email. My plan is to send it through the notifications tool of College One. You will be receiving a hyperlink and an invitation to take the test. What you do is you open your email, you touch the hyperlink, and the test opens like magic in front of you. You answer the test, you make sure that you identify it with your name because we cannot be guessing who the test belongs to. We don't do that because that is impossible. Especially when this time we cannot even see your handwriting. So you identify the test as yours. You do it. You will be given 3 or 4 hours to do it, but it's basically a 40-minute test, 45-minute test. But I'm giving you all that time to do the test just in case you have some connection issue or something like that. But it has a timer, it has an expiration time. So if you're not done by the time that it expires, then the test is not complete and there's nothing we can do about that because you have to abide by the time. Okay? So you will take that test, and when you're done, you will click a button that says submit. And when you send it, another button appears that says score or something like that. And it gives you your score right there, right then. You know what you had. You don't even have to ask me. It's like magic. So I'm very excited. The test correct is and not everyone will be getting the same test because it randomizes the questions, so they appear in very different orders. So that's something else that has me excited. Aren't you happy? Starting today, I don't know if you went into the LMS and noticed something different. Anybody? No. Remember that one of the first things you're supposed to do before you park your car here is go to the LMS. That's the procedure. That's the workflow. Well, what you're supposed to see different there, in case you haven't gone, is that I enabled all the old lessons that expired, so you can upload your daily work there, your assessments. I don't know if I told you in our last meeting, and forgive me if I didn't, but I'm not sure if I did or not. But you can tell me if I did or not. That starting today, work should be sent to me, and it must be uploaded through the LMS upload tool, not to my email. You will never send anything to my email anymore unless I expressly instruct you to do so. And if I instruct you to do so, it will probably be something else, not daily work. Okay, so make sure that you upload the right work to the right lesson. Don't send up the wrong work to the wrong lesson. Identify, okay, this is this lesson, this is genre, okay, this is the work from genre that goes there. Or this is plot, okay, this is plot, this goes there. And you upload it that way. If you don't do so, that's how you're gonna get your daily work grade, by you uploading it. It's an automatic process that I just enable it, but other than that, I have no control over what you do or what you don't do and what score you get. That's totally in your hands. And college one, if college one works the way it should, then everything should be peachy. If college one messes up, then that's college one, and we'll find a way to work around that. But you getting your grade is very dependent on you uploading your work the correct way in a timely fashion. That's how you get that grade. I do not have to calculate, do anything. The platform takes care of it completely by itself. The book report, I have a list with me now, and you're going to tell me in a few moments what book you want to read. And you tell me quickly what book you want from the list. If it hasn't been chosen already, then happy day. If not, you know that you're supposed to have options. You're supposed to have a list of different alternatives just in case, because you never know. So let's begin with Mr. Adenier. Adenier, which one? Breaking Dawn has been taken. Some students were telling me that had ordered books, and I thought that was crazy because you cannot order books if you're not authorized to read that book. You haven't received no authorization, so nobody should be ordering anything without my express authorization, unless you want to read it for your own pleasure. But if we're talking about the book report, uh, we abide by the rules. Miss Almeida, what do you want? Harry Potter and who? Isn't it Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone? Because I think that the Sorcerer's Stones. What happened is the Sorcerer is the movie, right? Based on the Philosopher's Stone. But it's the first one. It's the first Harry Potter book. Okay, Andres. Oh, James Bond. Yeah, I know James Bond exactly. Yeah, you wanted, and then there were none. Right? It's Agatha Christie. Yeah, I think it's a mystery. Um, Diego Enriquez. Aranis Hernandez. Miss Quintana. Which one do you want? It's Harry Potter and the Deadly Hallows. Tarzan of the Apes. Miss Hernandez, the Sea of Monsters was taken already. That one's taken. You're gonna have to choose another book. Miss Soto, Adriana Soto. Jaws. You're gonna read Jaws. No. Which one? Titan's Curse. You got it, madam. Maze Runner. Mr. Vargas. Ms. Rosa, which one do you want? Okay, so I'm gonna call this out very quickly so we can go to the class. What you told me is that you want the following: Adenier, Breaking Dawn; Miss Almeida, The Chamber of Secrets; Miss Arroyo, Hunger Games; Amaya Chaparro, Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief; Dinah, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone; Tyler Cruz, and then there were none; Andres, From Russia with Love; Diego Enriquez, Fallen Our Stars; Alanis, Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse. Then we have Coral Narvaez, To Kill a Mockingbird; Amanda Aquiles, Looking for Alaska; Natalia Quintana with Harry Potter, The Deadly Hollows; Tiana with The Perks Being a Wallflower; Then we have Noang with The Giver, Yatnael with Percy Jackson Sea of Monsters, Hennessy Salas with New Moon, Natalia has Tarzan, Adriana Soto has Jacob I Love, Diego Vargas has The Maze Runner, and Natalia has Secret Agent. Did I skip anyone? There are people here that I suppose they're not present or did not tell me. And yes, we'll let her know that in our next meeting, if you know of anyone that is not here, let them know that in our next meeting they need to bring this up to me because I might forget. They need to bring up that they have to tell me the book they want to read because unless you're authorized like you are now, you cannot read the book. Okay? Because I don't want books being repeated. Yes, yes, yeah. You have it. Yes, but nobody else can have it because you have it. So that's what I want to avoid. Did you understand? That's what we want to avoid. Somebody else having your book. Everybody's supposed to have a different book. We said that from the get go. So that's why it has to be consulted with me. Okay. And thank you for bringing it up. Let them know that they don't have permission. They're not authorized to read any book until they filter it through Mr. Soto. That it's important that you share that with them and make them aware of it because sometimes people can't be aware. Some people don't want to be aware of some things. Guys, let's go to the class then. Today's lesson is titled Understanding Main Idea. We're going to be dealing with informational text and identifying main idea is a reading skill. It's not a literary skill, it's a reading skill. And when you arrive to a literature course, you're supposed to have all your reading skills because that is something that you acquire in elementary school. This is not, as I told you, a reading class. This is a literature class. And these reading skills that you already have, you bring to the table, you bring to the class. And one of those skills that you're supposed to already have, one of the things that you're supposed to be mastering, is identifying main idea. And this is crucial to understand reading. This is critical because understanding a main idea, or the central idea as we also call it, is the key to understanding what you read. That's why if somebody asks you, what's the most important thing that was said there, and you cannot say it, you did not understand what you read. And that is a tragedy. That is tragic. And that cannot happen, right? You need to understand what you're reading. The main idea ties all the sentences in a paragraph or an article together. That's what it's the glue that keeps everything together. Once you identify the main idea, everything else in the reading falls into place. Main idea is like the big idea. Some people call it the big idea, the big point, the most important idea that the writer is communicating or trying to communicate to the reader. The reader can find always that the main idea is somewhere in the text. One thing that can help you is the title. You look at the title, and the title most likely will give you a clue of what the main idea is. I'm not saying that the title is the main idea. I'm saying that it can give you a cue or a clue. Uh, for example, if we read an article titled "Why Students Should Have Less Homework," well, that's already giving you an idea of what the main idea of that article will be. I would like to share some tips for finding main idea in case you're one of those that still struggles with that. And some people struggle with that, so it's not nothing new, especially in our day and age. Uh, while identifying main idea is something that can come naturally to a good reader, uh, there are a few steps that you can follow in this process of identifying it. Number one, you read the title and you can scan the heading to identify the topic. Remember that a topic and a theme are not the same thing. When we talk about a topic is a subject matter, and it can be summarized in one word. Remember, when we talk about topic will always be one word. Topic can be love, topic can be hate, a topic can be war, a topic can be family, a topic can be my country, a topic can be civil rights, a topic can be the economy, a topic can be God, a topic can be the universe. So anything can be a topic. Notice that I summarize them in one word. So you try to identify the topic, like what is this about? What is this talking about? So the subject matter and the topic are synonymous, or the same thing. Something else you must do is read the introduction to see if it states the main idea, because usually the main idea is in the introduction at the beginning, the first paragraph. I would say that 90% of the time it's there to give you a percentage, right? Uh, because everything else then will be a defense of that, or an explanation or an expansion of that main idea. You can also look for the repetition of ideas as you keep on reading. There's always the writer's always making a connection to that big idea, always, 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 because that's what the thing is about, right? And finally, you can reread the conclusion to see if the main idea has been restated there, because a good writer is going to restate the main idea at the end to tie everything in together. How many of you took writing with me in seventh grade? So this is not new for you, right? This sounds very familiar, doesn't it? To help you find main idea, you can use a chart like this one, and you can record the information that is requesting there to help you identify it. Looking at the title, looking at the head, you look at the repetition of ideas, and you look at the conclusion, and chances are that you will find the main idea being addressed there. Remember, the main idea is what you say about the topic. For example, let's take love. Can we say only one thing about love? Or can we say many things about love? We can say anything about love. Like, for example, Miss Almeida, what can you say about love? Say something about love. It's that love is sad or bad? Sad. Okay. If it's sad, you've had your heart broken, huh? Already at your tender age. What? Many people have different perspectives on love because it is such a, it can be such a subjective issue, right? Some people, there's a song that says "Love Hurts" by Nazareth, a famous rock group from the '80s. Love hurts. Some people love. There's another song called "Love Is a Wonderful Thing." I think love is a wonderful thing. I believe that, and I believe that it can hurt too. I believe both. I think that those are the two sides of the coin. Some people say that will tell you that love sucks. People have a variety of ideas about love, right? So what you say about love in an article will be the main idea, because that will be that's the topic. That's what you're saying. That will be the theme. Okay, to find main idea, of course, you need something to read. So I'm going to give you two articles to read. The first one is called "The Great Escape." They're pretty short. Uh, and "The Great Escape," you're going to see a story, even though it's narrative nonfiction, because it's based on true events, like being prey, about these prisoners of war during World War II, right? The Great Escape. You know that trying to find your freedom, the fight for freedom is always something appealing to us because we like to be free, right? That's something that people give their lives for, that, for freedom. So you're going to read this magazine article about one of the most daring escapes in history. And you're going to find this on those pages that you see there. And you're going to complete the applying your skills section on the page that you see written there. The other article that you're going to read else is also another work of narrative nonfiction. It's titled "Did Tsunamis? I'm sorry, Did Animals Sense Tsunami Was Coming?" It's a question. Did animals sense tsunami was coming? I don't know if you were alive in 2006, I think it was. Were you alive in 2006? You were born. Well, that year we had such a powerful earthquake on planet Earth that it shifted the planet's axis by 4 degrees. What do you think of that? That's quite a hiccup, right? Can you imagine an earthquake so powerful in the Pacific Ocean that it shifted the Earth's axis? You understand what I'm saying, right? Because they taught this to you in science that the Earth is has an inclination of several degrees. That's why we have the seasons and all that. So this powerful earthquake not only shifted the Earth's axis, but it also created the largest tsunami in recorded history. They made a movie called The Impossible. How many of you seen The Impossible? It's a good movie. It's a great movie. Imagine you're sitting in a beach enjoying your holiday because it was during the Christmas season, and a lot of people were traveling. A lot of people like to travel to escape the cold winter, and they go to tropical islands and all that. And a bunch of Europeans were in these Pacific islands, and also in the Indian Ocean, Fiji, these Southeast Asian countries like Indonesia and all that. And imagine that you're sitting there sun tanning, and then this enormous, the ocean just eats you up alive. It's horrible. It's a horrific thing. But this deals with that and how animals reacted to that tsunami. So there you have the pages, and there you have the applying your skills section that you're going to be working on. So that's what we have on the plate for today. You do not have to make a plot map for these, but I would like to remind you that plot maps are coming. That's inescapable because it is a part of the collection. It is a tool that you must master. It's a good thing for you to master that tool, and that you were supposed to make plot maps of every selection that we have read except these two. And in our test review next week, I would like to look at a few of the selections that we have read. So I'm asking you to come prepared to have them in front of you. Remember that we have an introduction, and you have very specific pieces of information that go there. You have raising action, you have very specific information going there. You have the climax. The climax is a specific moment. And then you have an element that has specific information. You have to be brief, and you have to be economical. You cannot be like writing a gigantic, enormous thing because it's supposed to be very extremely summarized. You're giving me the bare bones of the story. You're giving me the structure, the bones, the bones. Does a skeleton look like a person? They only have the shape. They just have the shape. That's all. The rest is details. We need. I'm asking for the skeleton of a story, and for you to get the skeleton, you have to start cutting away, cutting away until you have nothing else to cut away. Because if you cut away, then you eliminate the story. I gave you a very good example with the one from the most dangerous game. That was the last one I showed to you, but you must have done one for all the others. And I would like to discuss some of the story that we haven't had a chance to discuss. If you have questions about the stories, please also bring them to the test review. Guys, I have nothing else to share with you. Remember everything we have said. If there's someone that was not here, share it with them. Start uploading. You'll have a great day. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.